Good morning. My name is Eric Walsh. I'm the city manager, and thank you to our media partners for helping us share this morning's updates on the weather. I'm joined this morning by Deputy City Manager Maria Villagomez, Police Chief McManus, Mike Moreland from Bexar County Emergency Operations, Rudy Garza from CPS Energy, Robert Puente, and Jeff Arndt from VIA. Here's today's update as of this morning. The San Antonio and Bexar County area are currently under a winter weather advisory, and we saw some heavy rains and winds overnight, and light rain across the area is continuing. As of 7:30 this morning, the temperature at San Antonio International Airport was 32 degrees, with other parts of the city ranging between 33 and 36 degrees. So temperatures are only expected to drop from here going forward. We do expect, the National Weather Service does expect to come out of freezing temperatures early this afternoon. For those of you that have been watching the news this morning, you see that TxDOT, from a precautionary standpoint, proactively closed down the 281 and 1604 flyover interchange. If you have to travel this morning, make plans now and take it slow. You can visit drivetexas.org or sanantonio.gov for a list of road and street closures. We did have 2 street closures due to water, high water, one at I-35 and Seguin Road, as well as at 1604 and Lock Hill Selma westbound. This morning, the city opened 4 warming centers to the general public. Those centers will use appropriate COVID-19 prevention protocols, and masks are strongly encouraged for those individuals that will utilize the warming centers. Anyone that comes to the center should bring clothes, supplies, and medicine that they may need, and certainly pets are welcomed. Any residents that would like to take advantage of those warming centers and need transportation assistance, please contact 311 and we'll coordinate that. The 4 centers are the following. The Garza Community Center, located at 1450 Mira Vista. Harlandale Community Center, located at 7227 Briar Place. Hamilton Community Center, located at 10700 Nacogdoches Road. And the Denver Heights Community Center, located at 300 Porter Street. As I reported a day and a half ago, the city's Human Services Department has been working with nonprofit partners to prepare overnight shelter and meals for the unsheltered population. They are also providing transportation for those individuals. Our Homeless Connections hotline is open, and individuals that need assistance or connections to resources can call that number. That number is 210-207-1799. Our COVID-19 test sites, operated by both curative and community labs, as well as the mass vaccination site at the Alamo Dome, are closed today. And we'll monitor the situation as the day goes on and let you know what our plans are for those sites for tomorrow. If you need assistance, any other assistance, please don't hesitate to call 311. We've extended our customer service hours through midnight tonight, and we'll reopen at 6 a.m. And as a reminder, all of this information is located at our website, sanantonio.gov, and our social media pages, and we'll continue to update the public through those means. Let me turn it over to Chief McManus for an update on road conditions.
Thank you, Eric. So the city manager already mentioned 281 and 1604. That remains closed, not because it iced over, but as a precautionary measure. There were actually the water-related road closures is up to 3 right now: 35 in Seguin, 35 in I-10, and 1604 in Lock Hill Selma. There were 7 major crashes last night, 6 minor, 3 high water calls, 1 rescue, 1 high water rescue, and 10 traffic-related calls related to weather. Those crashes are rain-related, not ice-related. And lastly, Mike Moreland is up next from the Bexar County Office of Emergency Management.
Thank you, Chief McManus. Currently for Bexar County, we do have some roads closed due to the high water stream flooding. Those roads closures can be viewed at bearflood.org. Currently, from our public works office, they don't see any issues with the roads that they're maintaining. They'll continue to monitor the weather as it progresses throughout the day to adjust any of their schedules as needed. Additionally, nothing significant reported to the Emergency Operations Center from the Sheriff's Office in regards to road closures, but they'll keep on monitoring that. We did have 12 persons in our warming centers overnight, and those people were taken care of and provided food and water and somewhere to stay warm for the night. So we do have those people. Our 6 warming centers will stay open for the remainder of today, currently through Sunday at noon. We also are monitoring some power outages in the suburban cities in unincorporated Bexar County to monitor any necessary needs in those areas. And to find information on any Bexar County winter preparedness or our warming center locations, you can visit bear.org/winter. And next is Rudy Garza with CPS.
Well, good morning, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on today. As I've been talking about over the last couple of days, the wind this morning came in about 6 o'clock in the morning, and if you look at our outage map, the outages really are on both the sleet lines and now there's some snow flurries kind of entering the northern part of our territory. So we've got 161 outages right now impacting a little over 32,000 customers. All of those are individual outages. They're not systematic. So let me just reassure the community that our power plants are running fine. And by and large, the system is holding up pretty well. We've got all of our crews available. The timing of this coming in was, right at the start of our workday. So our crews are we're where they needed to be, and they're out in the field working. We've actually got 11 circuit level outages, which means the whole circuit from the substation, to the neighborhoods is out. So once we get, that's about 20,000 of the 32,000 customers that are out. So once we get those circuit level outages taken care of, that number is going to drop pretty quickly. So I appreciate everybody's patience. We know you're out. Really no need to call it in. We will be updating our customers throughout the day as we get caught up. Once the rain stops, our crews are out in this mess, working really hard. So I'd appreciate y'all paying attention to where they're at so that they can do their work safely. But we've got all our internal line crews. We've got contract crews. We've got close to 35 tree trimming crews available. So every resource we have available to us is out in the field working, and we'll do our best to get you back on. I know Robert over at SAWS has had an outage this morning, and Robert, I apologize, but we'll get you back on here pretty quick. That's all I have.
Laura, do you want to kick it over to Robert Puente?
Next up, we do have Robert Puente. Just unmuted your mic, Robert. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Yes, thank you, Rudy. I am our neighborhood, our home. I'm not sure how much is out of power, so I'm not freezing because I'm sitting nice and warm in my car. But as far as SAWS is concerned, we have positioned all our employees where they need to be. They've called in. Everything is fine. All of our pump stations are pumping water as they should. If we need to move around, we have chains on our vehicles if that is necessary. There is nothing out of the ordinary that's happening on the SAWS end. As I've emphasized before, a lot of our infrastructure is underground, so it does not freeze. For example, fire hydrants, all of the water is still underground. The hydrant itself is empty until you turn it on. So firefighting should not be an issue, is not an issue. I think Eric said that this afternoon we'll have a little bit of time above freezing, so hopefully a lot of this melts. Then it'll get very cold again tonight. So all in all, we're doing well, and on to the next one. Thank you.
All right, Lori, I'd like you'd like me to go next. Jeff Arndt with Via Metropolitan Transit. We made full call out all on time this morning. Our operators were all able to get in. We started the buses periodically through the night to make sure they were all ready. So all our service is on the street. Very few disruptions, as you heard, very few street disruptions. We treated all our facilities with anti-freezing material so that at transit centers and park and rides that the customers would be safe. Brought in extra field personnel, brought in extra telephone information personnel. We worked up a series of detours in advance at locations where we would think it most likely that we might face icy roads. And so we're prepared when operators report into us that there's an issue, we'll immediately go on detour. If you go to viainfo.net, you'll see the list of detours, very short right now, thank goodness, and hopefully will remain short throughout the day. But that's where the information would be. We've coordinated with dialysis centers through our Via Trans area. There are a number of them are closed today, and so we've worked with the dialysis centers to move trips around and make sure people can get their treatment still. Just so everyone knows, we tell our operators this all the time, but especially on days like today, that safety is always predominant over schedule. And so it is very possible schedules will be somewhat disrupted, but we appreciate your patience, and we will be out there working to make sure that we keep service on the street. With respect to the warming centers, we will offer free bus rides to anyone going to a warming center. Simply tell your operator that that's where you're going and you won't pay a fare. And we're working with the EOC to assist with any other kind of direct transportation needs to warming centers, again, for no charge. And that's pretty much the picture at VIA right now.
Thank you all so much. At this time, we'll take questions from the media. You can unmute your mics or leave a question in the chat. Stephen Santana from MySA says, what are the causes of the outages? Rudy, go ahead.
Yeah, it's primarily the wind, and you know, I'm just looking outside, and the trees are starting to accumulate ice. So when the trees accumulate ice, our wires accumulate ice, and between that accumulation and the wind, we've had a number of wire down issues across our system. So it's primarily the wind, and the ice isn't helping the situation either. So those are the two primary causes.
Chief McManus.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, this is Luke Simons over at KENS 5. Chief McManus, can you just talk about your staffing when it comes to something like this? You know, because obviously you're trying to make sure roads are safe, but also if people do get on the roads and there are accidents, like you mentioned a few this morning, just kind of how you're staffed for that.
Yeah, our staffing does not decrease for sure. If anything, we probably add a few more folks to the road. We're keeping eyes on all of the interstates, the highways, elevated highways, to make sure that if in fact they need to be closed, that we're there to close them. But other than that, the staffing really doesn't change much. If we need to change it, we will. If most of the time, though, right now we're good.
Any other questions from the media? All right. We'll take that to mean that we got you lots of great information this morning. Eric, let me hand it back off to you to close things out.
Thanks, Laura. Thank you to all our partners for joining us this morning. We'll continue to monitor the situation, provide updates to the media and to the public as conditions change later on today. Hopefully the rain stops as we get through the day. It will be cold as we go into tonight and tomorrow night, and both the warming centers at the county and the city will still be in operations through tomorrow. So thank you, everyone.